let me go back a little bit. I came to Dubai in 2006 with a salary of $300. In 2011, I decided to quit working for somebody else and believe in my own dreams and start my own business journey. It's the people who run the business. That's why I always call them my colleagues, not my staff, not my employees. COVID was a blessing for us. All our phones started ringing. We had more than inquiries that we can handle.
The man behind the Dubai dream, the one they call Mr. Golden Visa.
Mr. Golden Visa.
Mr. Golden Visa.
He's helped hundreds of entrepreneurs turn ambition into action, guiding them through setting up businesses, securing golden visas, and building a new life in one of the most dynamic cities on earth, Dubai.
When they see you as a leader, being there, they feel so much motivated and they want to give more.
To our podcast. Now, our main goal is to help entrepreneurs to grow stronger, to believe in themselves, and to gain clarity on what they do. Right now, today, I'm with my first guest, Dyuti Parruck, known as the Mr. Golden Visa. So, how are you, Cole?
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Rodrigo. Thank you for having me on your show.
That's awesome. So, I just want to quickly share with our audience that why you don't take us back to the beginning and tell us how was the whole idea of Decisive Zone started?
Well, it started with something that I experienced almost 12 years ago when I started my first business journey. So let me go back a little bit. I came to Dubai in 2006 with a salary of $300 to move to Dubai, working in a hotel as a receptionist. I worked there for 5 years and I grew very quickly to a managerial position. And in 2011, I decided to quit working for somebody else and believe in my own dreams and start my own business journey. 2012, I started my own company. It was an event management company. And it took me 3 months just to figure out how to start a business and be compliant and follow all the rules and regulations to do a business in Dubai. It took me 3 months, even though I was living in this country for almost 8 years. I was so confused with, there are different jurisdictions, whether it's mainland, whether it's free zone, whether it's offshore. There are so many activities to select from. I was so confused to figure out, how do I decide what is the right business I should start? This was my first experience in 2012 and I never forgot that. It was middle of summer. I was running between all the different government departments trying to figure out where do I get my first license? How do I get my residence visa? How do I set up a corporate bank account? It was a massive challenge. In 2019, a friend of mine was running a small business, just 2-3 people. We joined hands together. We decided to take this to the next level to help startups and entrepreneurs to follow their business dream, their journey. That's where it started.
That's awesome. So I want to quickly go back a little bit there. You said that you work on the hotel management
Yes.
part. So how is that happening? How would that make you try to change and gravitate to Decisive?
Well, in hospitality, we learn customer service, right? That you carry on with yourself all your life. We are also in service industry. It is all about commitment and delivering to the commitment, right? That's what we do. Now, how we collaborated, my hospitality background of customer service and my experience of starting my own business. I have done 12 different businesses in Dubai. I've had 12 different trade licenses and gone through back and forth in many different businesses. So with my experience, I'm able to share and help entrepreneurs like yourself as well to live their Dubai dream or start their business journey.
I love that because you just remind me of a book that I recently read. I don't know if you read the book Unreasonable Hospitality.
I didn't, but I would love to.
You will love that book. I would recommend you. I think they taught in the book around what you just said, around hospitality. And it comes from a guy that he was running the most successful restaurant in US.
Okay.
So now that you bring the hospitality type of service, now I'll know, for example, because like as I mentioned before, one of the things that I love more about your company is that the people that are working for your company is just like incredible human beings. I just met when I met Alex, he was just a high, like, how you can say, very humanistic type of approach of actually helping me to set up my business. I was like a lost entrepreneur, right? And I was like, how do you set up this business? How much he gets paid?
Yeah.
Can I have a business partner or not? And he was able
Take
to
that
do
as an example. Alex used to be an executive chef for
Oh.
16 years of his career. And I got him involved in this business 1.5 years ago. Can you imagine being an executive chef whose passion and hobby was being a chef to getting involved in a customer service in a corporate world like this? So we handpick people from different places, because one thing I've learned is it's the people who runs the business. So that's why I always call them my colleagues, not my staff, not my employees. They are always my colleagues, because I have a role to play for the company, and every individual in this company has a role to play in their own space.
Shit, I just love what you just said, because I come from South America, right? So basically there, everyone is saying empleados. Empleados is just employees. So
Okay.
every business owner will say, yeah, my employee, my employee. But now that you bring that up, I was in my mind not wanting to call any of my team members. I always call them team members, right?
Yeah.
Or specifically. So now that you bring that up, how you actually change, what makes you change, like, to instead of saying employees and treat them like an employees, even though they are, make them kind of feel that they belong more?
Well, when you call them colleagues, they will actually give you more than you just treating them as employees. Think of this, as a CEO of a company, I am responsible to my role to justify towards the company, right? It's company first, then comes everything else. So when you think of this, without Alex and 10 of Alexes, and without operations team, without finance team, without human resources team, we will miss something to build that company. Similarly, without a CEO, for sure there will be something missing. So I have a role to play towards the company being a CEO. Similarly, Alex has to justify his role for the company to survive as well. So we are all colleagues playing different role under the company. Now you think of this and you
Oh
realize-
yes, now I get it, absolutely. Sometimes you just think that you are the boss and you know everything, but basically you have to trust on what they are going to
Oh,
do.
definitely.
And for example, for the audience that are like these entrepreneurs that are like kind of seeking clarity and they don't actually not even know what they actually want to do, not only in their lives but also in the professional realm. How do you actually? You must probably hire a lot of young entrepreneurs. How do you give them clarity to this young generation?
Well, to be honest, in our business, we have got a lot of people from no experience or zero experience as well. It is, firstly, I believe in you need people who will be loyal to you a lot. Loyal people with basic skills are so much better in certain roles, by the way, not all the roles, don't get me wrong.
absolutely.
Yes, loyal people, you can train them, because we are not a rocket science. We are customer service. We understand the product from the market. We know how the government and the semi-government companies in UAE works. We take that, we train our staff, and we let them take this to entrepreneur like yourself, who is coming from abroad, brand new, who do not know where to start. So we gather all the information from all the different departments of UAE. We put them together, we train our staff, and we let them take that experience and learning to entrepreneurs who's coming from abroad to Dubai.
That's incredible, because I felt that when I was like being guided by Alex, he was actually providing me with things that I wanted to validate, but I was not able to find online,
Right.
for example.
Yes.
And one of the things that I also love the most is that for a main audience that are like not knowing what they want to do and they be guided, these entrepreneurs are also seeking like guidance for actually set up a corporate structure or kind of a business guidance in Dubai. I found like I have many friends that are much bigger than me that are not able to understand how to kind of set up a proper business in Dubai. What is the benefits? Should I pay taxes here? So how do you approach this?
Let me
to
break it
this?
down. Okay. First thing, you have to know what you're passionate about or what is the business you want to do. Please do not confuse yourself. You have to be very clear on your niche. If you are selling a mobile phone, you have to know you are selling a mobile phone. In our business, I am not only selling a trade license, I am selling customer service. Because time, commitment, and money is against the service that we are charging our clients for. Getting a trade license, anyone can go to any free zone and try to get a trade license. But what we are offering here is a customer service and clarity, a consultation on what is the right setup they need to be fully compliant and regulated to do business in UAE, right? So first thing first, I always tell entrepreneurs, be very clear to know what you want to sell. You should be so precise that in 15 seconds in an elevator pitch, the other person should understand what you're trying to sell.
That's so important because
that's where you start.
They have so many friends that they are like wanting to sell or start a drop shipping thing and set up the company in Dubai, but before you need to set up something, you just need to have clarity around what you actually are gonna invest your time on.
Yes, and for that now, especially in UAE, now drop shipping you mentioned, that was one of our my business as well, a long time ago. A simple thing I learned, it was so hard to do this until you figure out. There are companies specializing in each aspect of dropshipping. You take a trade license, you get your bank account set up, everything is ready. Now you need to register with, let's say, Amazon, Noon, and 3-4 other people for, let's say, dropshipping or e-commerce. First, to set up with them, it is extremely complicated unless you already know, unless you're expert, but there are companies who are professional and expert in doing so. I did a tie-up with those companies. I had my stores built up in all these market players less than 7 days. Once I did that, I wanted to confirm my product. I decided to go back to Alibaba those days, which has become AliExpress, to figure out who are my suppliers. Then to figure out, I found there are expert and professional companies who are ready to do it. All I had to do is connect those expert companies on my niche. That time I was doing children's clothing.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay. I found a supplier who specializes in children's clothing. I put my brands in Amazon, Noon, and 2-3 other marketplaces using different professional companies. All I did, I had the license, the setup. I tied up with the logistic company to do the delivery. And all I was doing was marketing and again the same product so that I can sell more and more.
And how did that go?
It was amazing. Now my wife takes care of it.
Really? So your wife, right now she's taking care of
Yes.
So and it's a big brand right now, most probably.
No, we did not really push this business so much. It's just running on its own. We are not really focusing much because she is more into astrology. So we're focusing on a few different things. Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. So right now, just to change a little bit now that you provide us a little bit more around how to gain clarity and how important it is actually to
know your niche.
Know
your niche is so important. Be passionate about it. Do not do a business just for the sake of it. If you are passionate about what you want to do, you will wake up every day thinking on how you want to be successful. You will fail 100 times, by the way. Do not think that we have got 200 staff, it just happened overnight. I can give you a whole journey. COVID was a blessing for us, right? When people were losing, I can take you through that now. We started business in 2019. First 1 year, we were struggling to figure out which direction to go. Then COVID hit the market. Everybody was losing their job. Our phone started ringing. All our phones started ringing. We had more than inquiries that we can handle because people wanted to live in Dubai. They were losing their job. How can they live in Dubai? They needed a residence visa to live in Dubai. So we started taking that to our benefit and hiring more and more people who can help entrepreneurs who lost their job, the employees who lost their job, to go to the entrepreneurial journey because so that they can get a trade license, get a residence visa, and they can keep their family in Dubai.
That's awesome.
So that's where we started. So COVID time, we were only 12 staff. By the time COVID was taking over and it was almost 1 year that we were all struggling, we became more than 35, 40 staff during that 1 year. And then for sure we understood the business. We had so many clients and they had more and more referral who wanted to quit their job and go into entrepreneur journey. And we started increasing more and more staff as per the client requirement.
That's incredible. So now that you mentioned this, it might be a very stressful situation as well, right? Because if you are having a lot of high demand, you can say like a lot of clients coming up, and you mentioned that you are like trying to also hire other people to help you. Now that we know that like the podcast is mainly to how to be a good leader and to build incredible teams, how you gravitate towards this situation, like people are coming, you're trying to build your team, how you were able to put that together?
Well, one thing I've learned is being an entrepreneur, you have to learn to listen. It's a lot about what you hear from people. And you will keep hearing the same things again and again and understand what your client needs. We started only as a business setup company. Today we have got business setup, visa, bank account, accounting and bookkeeping, corporate tax.
You have real estate,
VAT.
right, as well?
And recently, on our client demand and requirement, we started a real estate.
I was stuck in that yesterday
So
with
you
Alex.
only have to listen to your client and you will get all the answers on which direction you need to go. And based on your client requirement, you keep expanding your services. That's how what you see today, what we got.
And like I know that I was reaching through a little bit and how you started Decisive with only 2 people
Yes.
and then to 200, right? Right now that you are with
240.
Yes, so this is incredible. And I've been very touched on one Instagram video that you've been with your team members, like making not only funny things around joking, but also you were able to see how genuine it was, the connection between being the boss, you can say the leader, but also, as you mentioned, as a colleague, how you create this kind of boundary between like being a friend but also being a boss.
Well, there is always a line that you have to draw, being an entrepreneur or being a leader more than a manager. If you consider yourself as a leader, you are able to guide them, lead them with example, treating them respectfully. Few things we do, we celebrate our people every month. We always try to recognize our employees by rewarding them with all the good things they do for our clients and our company. Every month we celebrate every small achievement. We set small time goals. Let's say today we have a goal of treating 10 clients. This week we have a goal of treating 50 clients. This month we have a goal of achieving 100 clients. This is for example. When we achieve that, we celebrate. That means we go up on the stage, we thank all the employees, we treat each other, we thank each other, we may go out for a drink or food and just enjoying together as a family, so that we want to come here every day. We want to give 100% to the business. It's not about me, it's about the people. If they do not be productive, they do not want to come here and work for the company, this company will not stand where it is today. So it is all about people.
That's such an important thing that I learned later on, because I was kind of doing, but never rewarding myself. And until now, I struggle with that. I not even watch a movie, right? When I'm watching just a podcast or something, for me it's a treat. But I'm all the time constantly trying to also reward my team members. How do you actually know that is like what is a good
team
reward?
activities. You have to do a lot of team activities. It cannot be you can do this with 200 people at a time. I go play paddle with 4 of my employees sometimes. Sometimes we go play a cricket match where we need 20 employees. Sometimes we go play football where you need 22 employees. So we do team building. Yes, once in a while we do a lot of sports and wellness activities. Once we did for all the women in this office, once we got a doctor on board to do the breast cancer check.
That's genius. That's awesome.
We do the breast cancer awareness for all the ladies in the office. For all the men, once we did we were doing the push-up on the stage, all of us, just a push-up challenge.
Yes.
During the yoga week of the year, we got a yoga trainer to do a yoga training session for whoever was interested. It is the cricket season right now, So day before yesterday, we went to watch India-Pakistan match, all of us together. You can see some videos on.
That's
line.
fucking.
We were fighting, joking, but at the same time enjoyed so much. So we do a lot of team building activities together, so that we feel that we are not only here to work with each other, but we are here as friends, as colleagues, as family to help each other in wherever we need.
That's incredible. Like, and for the young entrepreneurs that are kind of starting their companies and they're having maybe 2 or 3 team members, and most of the time you have right now in this online world, like you have hire freelancers,
Yes.
right? Or so. What advice do you give to these people that are having team members that are not fully in, like in a physical, incredible place like this, and it's just more online approach?
Well, look, every business has its own niche. Certain businesses can survive with using freelancers, but if you want to scale up your business, you need loyal people and in-house people. And I'm a strong believer of you need people together, minds together, to work together and come up with better plan and better productivity. So for that, I always believe, yes, for a startup, it's okay to start with freelancers until you prove the concept of business that you're doing.
Oh, that's so simple.
Again, it is very important to prove the concept of the business you're doing. In 2 years, 24 months, if your business is not profitable, please understand it was just your hobby which you tried. It cannot be a long-term business, because at the end of the day, the business is to make money and feed everyone. If you're not able to feed all your employees and yourself and your family, then this is not a business, and sometimes it's good to stop and find a better business. Consider that was a hobby and you tried.
And when you are doing this type kind of transition, I can imagine, I've been in that place trying to hold in so much a business that it was not able sustainable, and then I changed it. When you're in this situation, what would be the advice for these people to let go of the whole
Get professional advice. Get professional advice. It is so important sometimes when we are not able to take the next step, or we are not able to decide. I'm sure we all have got mentors somewhere or another. Go and take advice from somebody who is not inside the bubble, who is outside, who can have a better view of what is happening, or can give you an expert advice on the business, which can guide you better to whether to take this to the next level, or maybe twerk a little bit on your business and it can be successful.
Yeah, that's incredible that you mentioned that, because grabbing that specific thing just to refine, how do you actually ask for someone that that is like, most people maybe they know, like me as a young entrepreneur, I remember I know that I have to speak with that guy that will help me.
Yes.
How you actually connect with that person, or you will kind of approach to that kind of mentor, might be a possible mentor of yours, being a young entrepreneur, to be actually have a good advice and not be just like.
Well, look, ideally everybody has got somebody that they follow, okay? If you don't have it, go and look for professional help. You will always find business consultant, business experts, legal experts, or depending on the niche, let's say you're into wellness and fitness, I'm sure you can find somebody in wellness and fitness who has got the expertise and who has done big in this world. In today's date, having social media, it is so easy and approachable. Do not just look for a free consultancy. Sometimes it is better to pay a certain fees to get a right advice rather than getting 10 wrong advice just because it's free. Sometimes it is important to pay a professional fees and get an advice which can help you to multiply your business rather than just trying to grab a free advice which may make you end up failing.
That's such an important role, because I remember.
And I do this, by the way.
Yeah.
I always go
so I will
for
be
paid
asking your advice later on. So, so for example, right now that you touched the wellness part, like I have an e-commerce around wellness. So for us, it's very important the client as well. So now that you mentioned wellness, what are kind of the hacks you can say that you implement in your personal life to actually allow you to deal with stress, maybe increase your productivity? What are those things that you are doing daily? Maybe you have a routine.
I can only give you my personal experience. Now, every day I take first 30 minutes of my morning for myself. When I wake up, I take my cup of coffee or tea and I go sit in my balcony and I need my 20 to 30 minutes of my peaceful time to just plan what I did yesterday and to plan my day today. What am I going to do? What am I going to achieve? I make my small short-term goals for today. This is what I have to do. This is what I have to achieve. Then I go through my calendar and see how many meetings I have. I want to be prepared for those meetings. Who am I going to meet? What are the different things I need to achieve today? End of the day, once I finish, before I go to bed after my shower. Now in the evening, for sure, I need 1 hour of whether it's walking, running, jogging, gym or paddle. Nowadays I'm a lot into paddle.
Oh yeah.
So I try to play 3 to 4 times a week. That helps me come out of my business stress, work environment to feeling fresh, rejuvenated and ready for the next day. And then at the end of the night, before you go to bed, this is not easy, but try to keep your phone aside for at least 10 minutes before you go to bed and just plan and thank everything that happened today so that you can be ready for tomorrow.
That's such an incredible part because I remember that now that you share this incredible routine of yours, and sometimes people say, okay, I need to plan my day, and at the end I need to plan the next day. Are you the entrepreneur? There's these two concepts, right? Are the ones that are planning the same day when they started, and they are the ones that are planning in the night for the next day?
Well, let me tell you, I'm a very routine person. I do have a 5 days routine, which is, I believe in routine. I believe in being disciplined. I believe in repeating the same things again and again and again if it is doing right. Because if you try to change every day something different, you will never be able to find success in anything. So find your passion, what you like to do. Make a routine around this. So my routine every day is the same. You'll be surprised. 7 days a week, by the way. 5 days I come to work every day from morning till evening. 3 days a week I like to go to play paddle. Before I go to paddle and after my work, I like to spend 1.5 to 2 hours with my kids every day evening. On Friday, I like to go out with my friends, my colleagues. It is the same thing. I'm doing this for the last 3 to 4 years, every Friday. And then Saturday, Sunday is my family time. I spend most of my time with my kids and my family, unless I need to go and attend an event. I am a routine person. I love to stay my routine. I like to tell every person to have their routine so that you keep doing what you like to do every day.
That's such an important role because I remember when I was like a little bit younger, I was all over the place, right? I didn't have any routine.
We all were like this.
I'm just waking up, doing, but I'm not like yourself with the activities, not refreshing myself, not rewarding myself. So now I just want to ask you, do you have any other South America client as myself? Do you have so many?
Well, I used to go to South America a lot. One of my business was importing charcoal, and I used to go to Cuba, Colombia, Peru. I didn't go to Bolivia, but I wish I did. Bolivia has got very good charcoal.
So you are my guest when you come to Bolivia.
Maybe one day. So I've been to South America a lot. I used to import charcoal from South America to Dubai and sell it all across GCC and Turkey. These were the two biggest clients all over GCC. I had more than 130 clients in Dubai, GCC and country. I used to bring charcoal from South America to Dubai.
And you're still doing that, by the way?
No, we stopped that business. The market became a little bit on credit. So I used to bring 40 containers of charcoal from Cuba, Colombia to Dubai. But there are a lot of players, and when the market in 2017-18, it became a credit market. That means I have to bring the charcoal, repackage it, sell it. I was getting the payment 60 days later. I did not like the credit business. I am always a person who like to sell you things, you pay me now.
Yeah.
This is how I prefer, so I stopped doing the credit. But the market is very good now. It is again back to cash. You bring the goods, you get paid immediately.
That's such an important role because especially in e-commerce, the entrepreneurs that are in e-commerce, it's such an important role to have the money back, right? They are investing.
That's cash flow.
Yeah, cash flow.
Cash flow is one of the biggest things that has kept her going today as being cash flow positive all throughout. We have zero credit, zero liability, zero debt in building this company. We are very proud, and I can guide every entrepreneur how they can be cash flow positive, because that's what makes a company grow, period of time.
That's such an important part, but as you mentioned, like now that you navigate through so many different businesses, now that I'm figuring it out, if you all did e-commerce, you did service, and right now your most growing is the side that is mostly service.
We are service oriented, whether it's a business or now it's real estate. So we are not only selling real estate, we are here to offer our service for anyone who is looking for a home. So we can guide them through every different areas, what are the benefits of different areas, to show them from every corner until they find out what is the right house that they can call home.
Yeah, and you are actually doing also for these high-level entrepreneurs that want to start a business, it's like kind of the investment advice as well.
We do guide them. I personally can share my experience on the investment, what is right, wrong. We have invested in small startups and different businesses.
Oh.
That is not our core business, but if we personally like some idea and we think it is possible, because we take care of all the 360 degree of business, you only focus on what you're doing. So for example, you like to, let's say one of your business is wellness. We want you to focus on wellness. We can help you to stay compliant, stay regulated, help you with your accounting, bookkeeping, help you with your banking, complete transactions, even help you with your marketing to get you clients. So we can help you with that as well. We can offer 360-degree services.
It's kind of content creation type of style for the
Everything.
marketing business. That's incredible because it's such a big component, especially in e-commerce. Like trying to figure it out, not only who I'm selling to, but also have to create a video, so I have to create this and that. So
that's why we have this podcast.
Yeah,
as well.
that's amazing. I can't believe this. So now, just to wrap up the final questions, I would like to know like your advice in terms of, I call it you mentioned that, but if in a particular case you just have one piece of your routine stick with you, you cannot have like, you stop having your routine, but you still have to deal with everything what is happening right now to be out of stress, be productive. What will be the one thing, the one kind of habit that you will stick with it instead of all of it?
I think more than me, I think the whole office can say this. How much ever stressed I am, not even one person can know in my office if I'm stressed or I'm not. Go and say, give a smile to every employee that you have in your office. Even if you're stressed, if you walk around with your stress, you are passing that energy to everyone around you. But if you go across throughout the office, say good morning, good afternoon with a smile, shake hands or wish each other, at the end of the day, nobody can help you with your stress. Maybe some of them increases the energy in everyone in this office. That's what one thing I will never change. How much ever stress I am, I like to keep my smile up and wish everyone a good morning, good afternoon. If I need to deal with my stress, I will bring him to my office and in a private closed door, I will make sure I pass my message.
So right now, I just need to ask you this. I consider myself a high energy guy, right? But then over the years, I learned that you can be this engine of creating energy for yourself as you are like high energy guy. But I was missing the component of also bringing that energy around you, right?
It is very important.
So it's like, how do you actually motivate or inspire or kind of turn that fire for your colleagues?
Well, I definitely go across the whole office. You have seen the space, it's quite big. I try to go across whole office and make sure that I greet everyone every day. When they see you as a leader, being there, they feel so much motivated and they want to give more. So when they see you are there, you go, you talk to them, chit chat, what's happening. Even a small thing as if one of my colleague has got a baby, just wishing them how's the baby doing? How's your day? What's happening today? If they're struggling with a client, come to me. Maybe I can help you with my experience. Just the small touch with each employee. Imagine having 200 plus people. You can actually not the delivery that you cannot cater to for your 6,000 plus clients. your 200 employees can do it. Help you do
Oh, that's incredible. Thank you so much for sharing all those stuff. And for our audience, like, we're very happy to introduce Mr. Golden Visa. And you know, if you want to set up your account and you wanna understand how business is actually being done for this incredible entrepreneur, I'm really congratulate you, brother.
Thank you, Rodrigo,
Thank you
for
so much
having
for
me.
this. Yeah, thank you for you having me.
Anyone who needs help, I'm happy to give 10 to 15 minutes, sit down with you. If you are thinking to ever come to Dubai, move to Dubai, hit me up. We can sit down for a coffee. We can just talk about anything. You have an idea, you have a plan, you have a hobby. I'm happy to sit down with anyone and everyone to discuss hobby because I learn a lot from this.
And I live it. I live it. So
eventually we are here to actually help people to live the Dubai dream. Right? That's exactly what I am doing, and that's exactly what I'm trying to offer to people.
Thank you so much, bro.
Thank you, Rodrigo, once again.
Yes,
Thank you for
thank you
having
so much.
me.
If you really enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe so you never miss an interview. And if it's something really startup to you in this one, share it with a friend or just post it on social media and tag me so we can connect. And in the next episode, we will introduce Philip Schaufman. So you don't want to miss that interview, believe me. And as always, keep growing, keep learning, keep connecting, and above all, keep sharing your life. Take care.